Okay, finally have a day that I can actually work on this, but with the nor'easter that we had and the weight of the snow on the netting, not only did it pull the netting down, not this part of the fence down, I had to pick that back up, and it broke 3 of the legs off of my chicken house. I said in my intro video that there were mistakes that I made when I made this, and that was one of the mistakes that I made, was instead of having the legs as part of the frame, I screwed the legs on the bottom. Callie, leave the chickens alone. So now I need to figure out a way to get this jacked up so I can get legs back on it. I tried jacking up from on this side, and it was just lifting that leg up and not doing anything really for here, and it did nothing for the other side. And while I had this like this is all from a vine that grew over. While it provided a lot of shade, I think that was part of the problem. That was really heavy, and I didn't realize how heavy it was until too late. So if I get any of that vine growing this year, that will come off. And it was a poisonous plant. One reason I left it was because I wanted to take some pictures of it for a library on poisonous plants and never got to it, but it's called burr cucumber. If I have any of it come up this year, I will be taking pictures of it, but not letting it get like this. Oh, I got as much of the top cleaned off as I could. I couldn't reach all of it. And I am getting the roof repaired. I'm using the old standby baling twine. The hardest part is going to be this corner. Because when it fell into the fence on the other side. And I honestly do not know how I can get that moved. I've tried a few different things, and while I can get it up to a point, I cannot get it away from the fence any. It's stuck on the roof as well. So, but I got to get that figured out, because as it is right now, I can't clean it, I can't do anything. Of course, it makes it easy to clean the roof. They roost on the roof, which is another mistake I made, making it so that they could get on top of here. But that's another video. Okay, I got most of the top done. I've got a little section over here still to do, but I'm going to leave that because when I pull on that, it then pulls this fence behind me tighter. What I think I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to come in from behind and see if I can't jack it up from here, because that is higher up. Maybe I can get stuff over there, under there, so that I can then get it so that it's at where it belongs. I don't know if I can get the ladder here. Well, it's not really a ladder, it's for roosting. Let me see if I can pick that up. Yes, I was able to get that out. I was afraid that picking that up, if I couldn't move it, would just destroy that. So I'm still thinking about cleaning off the top. Well, I've managed to get it partially jacked up. At least I have a piece of 4x4 under there. A piece of 4x4 under there. So if I keep doing this way, I might be able to get it jacked up. Just have to put up with it being closer to the fence there, unless I can figure out a way to move it out. Maybe I should put some wheels on it and make it into a chicken tractor. Well, I went ahead and cleaned off the top the best I could, and I'm happy to report that I am starting to get this jacked up. I've got braces on this corner now, which was the one that was the farthest down. I've got a piece of wood there, and as a precaution, this one leg that stayed on, I have put a piece of 2x4 on it. As I get everything jacked up, the legs will be reattached the best I can, which I don't know how good it's going to be, but it will have the 2x4 on it as well. Almost got this one jacked up enough to get the leg back on it properly, but not quite, so I'm going to let it down and then I'll go work on the legs on the other side. Okay, the jack was slipping, but I got this up almost high enough as well. And jacking it up has gotten it some away from the fence. It still needs to come away more, but that I'm going to probably have to have somebody help me with. Okay, having a slight problem. I can't jack it up any higher. So what I need to do is find something that I can stick underneath of the jack so that I can jack it up higher, because if I can't get it up higher, I can't get the legs back on. Well, that worked. I got a couple pieces of 2x3 and a piece of 3/4 inch plywood and made a little platform and was able to get it jacked up as high as I needed. And see, I can get the leg on now. Because of the way the chicken house is made, keep hitting that button and stopping what I'm doing. Because of the way the chicken house is made, I couldn't get off all the screws, but there's the ones that I was able to get off. Used a hacksaw to cut the rest the best I could. So now I'm going to reattach that leg, and then I've got the other two to do. My camera died the other day when I was working on this, but as you can see, I managed to get that last one jacked up, and I have all 4 of them are now repaired. I also had to take baling twine, and you can see I got it all repaired here, and this wasn't the only pen that I had to do this in. Okay, I thought I had it paused now, and I didn't. That's the problem with not wearing your glasses when you're out here doing stuff. I was able to get it all done here. It's not perfect, but it's better. This was the hardest one. It was okay to a point along here, but then when I got down in here, it was all undone. It was all undone along here. Hopefully the sun's not too much in the way. And the worst one to do was behind here. I had one spot I could not reach. This used to be over farther as well, but because of the wind one time, it actually picked it up and moved it. The mesh in here is not as thick, and I did not have it up that good to begin with. This is my grow out pen. I still have 3 pullets from last year that I need to sell. I just haven't had a chance to get them on Craigslist. I thought I had them sold before and it fell through. But this mesh ripped over in this area and I could not get it stretched all the way out. But at least I now have it to where it's covering the house again. As I had, since the last nor'easter, been having a big problem with my hens getting out, and then I had to go every day figure out which pen they belong in and get them back in. Now at least they shouldn't be able to get out. There's more work that needs to be done in here. Some stuff I'm never going to be able to get done. For instance, this post right here is really leaning. See, it moves. I have a lot of posts that have got all pulled in because of the weight of the snow, and there's no way I'm going to be able to do anything. Plus, the pit used to extend to where my chickens are now, and I filled that in basically with horse manure. The run-in was full. I shoveled everything out of there. It took me 40 hours, put it in the pit. Then there were piles of manure that had been supposed to go into the pit but just been dumped in the field. I used a tractor to get them and dump them in the pit, so the ground wasn't all that stable to begin with, and just in the weight of having even the fence stapled to it and pulled on it, pulled them all in. But it does the job. It keeps my chickens in, and I'm hoping in another year and a half or so to be able to move and get my own place, and then the chickens will have a really nice place. It'll be bigger, and we'll maybe even have some grass.